Every freight train in America once ended with a special rail car. It had windows, a stove, a desk, and a crew living inside it. That single car protected entire trains from disasters for decades. The government required it by law. Workers built their entire careers around it. Then, almost overnight, it was gone. Not because it failed, but because of a decision that still divides people today. What really happened to the cabin car? Find out right here on Simple Why. The caboose first appeared in the 1830s. Back then, railroad crews had nowhere official to ride. Workers squeezed into empty freight cars and made do with what they had. As trains grew longer, that stopped working. Crews needed space to eat, sleep, and manage paperwork. So railroads converted old freight cars into basic working spaces, always placed at the very end of the train. By the 1860s, a new feature changed everything. A small raised glass structure was added to the roof. Workers called it the cupola. From up there, a crew member could see over every car ahead. It became the train's eyes. And here is something most people do not know. Nobody is completely sure where the word caboose came from. Some historians trace it to the Dutch word caboose, a small ship's kitchen. Others connect it to the German word caboose, meaning a small covered shelter. The word crossed the ocean, landed on the railroads, and stuck. Its exact origin is still debated today. By the mid-1900s, the caboose was legally required on every freight train in America. It was a rolling office, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a safety post, all in one car. So if the caboose was this important, legally required, always present, what could possibly have ended it so fast? The answer came in the early 1980s, and it fit inside an orange metal box. Railroad engineers developed a device called the End-of-Train Telemetry Unit, the EOT. It weighed about 15 kilograms. It clipped onto the last rail car. It monitored brake pressure and sent live data directly to the engineer. The cost comparison was brutal. A new caboose in the mid-1980s cost around $80,000. The EOT device cost less than $4,000. A 1984 industry report estimated that removing cabooses would save railroads $85 million in a single year. Executives saw the report. Decisions followed quickly. But those numbers did not explain what the caboose actually did every single day. To understand what was really lost, we need to look at how the caboose worked. Built into the roof of every caboose was a small raised glass structure, a lookout point that workers called the cupola. And it was the most critical part of the entire car. A worker sat at the top of the car with a clear view of the entire train. Their job was to spot problems before they became disasters. The main danger was a hot box, an overheated wheel bearing. In the daytime, it showed up as faint blue smoke rising from beneath a distant rail car. At night, it glowed red. Catching it early could prevent a full derailment. Communication worked through a precise system of signals. Kerosene lanterns sent messages over long distances. A vertical swing meant move forward. A wide side-to-side motion meant stop immediately. During the day, colored flags replaced lanterns. The locomotive responded with whistle codes, short blasts and long blasts, each meaning something specific. In emergencies, the crew placed signal torpedoes on the rails behind the stopped train. When another train rolled over one, it exploded loudly, warning the approaching engineer in time. The conductor handled all legal paperwork. Every railcar's cargo, weight, and seal had to be recorded by hand. A missing signature could trigger a federal investigation. The conductor's records were what made the shipment legally valid. The EOT device replaced the brake monitoring. That part did well, but it could not smell burning oil. It could not spot a fire by eye. It could not walk outside and check a damaged wheel. In 2019, an EOT device on a grain train shut down completely. The engineer had no information from the rear of the train for over an hour. On a downhill grade, that kind of failure can turn catastrophic very fast. And the deeper you look into the history of the caboose, the more surprising details appear. Not all cabooses looked the same. In the western United States, many were built without a cupola. Instead, they had bay windows on the sides, allowing workers to look along the train rather than over it. Signal torpedoes surprised most people who heard about them for the first time. They were small explosive devices, legal, purpose-built, and pressed flat against the rail with a lead strap. A passing wheel produced a bang loud enough to reach the engineer over all the noise of a moving train. And the word caboose itself? Still no confirmed origin. Today, hundreds of retired cabooses have been converted into hotel rooms, private homes, and roadside diners. Canada and India still require human crew members at the rear of certain freight trains. The argument over what was lost has never fully closed. But this story is not just about railroads. It connects to something happening in almost every industry right now. The caboose was removed because a machine could handle part of the job at a fraction of the cost. That math made sense on paper. But the experience, the instincts, and the human judgment that went with it, those are much harder to measure. The next time a freight train rolls past, look at the end of it. That small, blinking orange box is doing its job, but it is doing only part of what used to be there. And that is a story worth remembering, because it did not just happen to railroads. The caboose did not disappear because it failed. It disappeared because something cheaper arrived at exactly the right moment. And the industry moved on before anyone measured what was being left behind. Some countries never made that trade. The safety questions raised back then have still not been fully answered, and the cabooses converted into hotels and diners and museum displays are proof that people still feel something when they think about what was lost. What part surprised you most? Drop it in the comments. We read everyone. If you have got a topic you want us to look into next, let us know. And if we pick yours, we will give you a shout out. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Thanks for watching Simple Why.